Here's the tea. Most project managers make the same mistakes, and you might be making them too. So grab your tea, get in here, and let's talk about it. In this video, I'm breaking down some of the most common mistakes that new project managers make and how to fix them. If you're new to project management, transition into a project manager role, or just looking to level up your skills, this video is for you. Mistake 1, focusing on tasks over outcomes. Something that is so common that I see with new project managers doing the work or taking over the task instead of managing outcomes. As a project manager, because if you're so focused in on the task as opposed to delegating those tasks, you can't really focus on the outcomes or documentation or removing barriers because you're so busy trying to do the work. And the great thing about it is that this is fixable, and it's all in the way that you approach your delegation of tasks, the way that you interact with your team, in the way that you show up as the manager as opposed to the person who's doing the work. And I know that this will vary between every environment. Some environments may require the project manager to be more hands-on, and other environments may allow the project manager to be more strategic. But in any environment, it's important to remember and focus on the outcome that the organization is looking for, as opposed to getting caught in the weeds with some of the tasks that could be delegated to the team members, so that you can focus on those outcomes that will make you the top project manager. Mistake 2, poor communication balance. Mistake number 2 is over communicating or under communicating. And the key about being a project manager is that you have to find balance in the way that you communicate. So by over communicating, you're sharing way too many updates. You are creating essentially noise around the project, and people don't know how to filter where to focus their time because you are over communicating and you are sharing details that are not relevant to the proper stakeholders. And on the opposite end of that, under communicating is a big mistake as a project manager because you're leaving people in the dark. People don't know what changes are happening across the project. So again, just finding that perfect balance, understanding the appropriate cadence to communicate and what should be communicated is key. As a rule of thumb, communicate clearly, consistently, and purposefully. No one likes to be left in the dark, but also just be mindful of the things that you communicate your audience, and remember that sometimes less is more. Mistake 3, avoiding conflict. Mistake number 3, avoiding conflict instead of addressing it. Most new project managers will avoid conflict because they don't want to upset anyone, or they think that someone might be offended if you mention it or bring this thing up to their attention. Things are more likely to spiral out of control because that anticipation is building up, and that's why it's key as a project manager to step in when you notice things or when something is brought to your attention. Just being that person who knows how to address conflict early on so that you can prevent a big blowout later on in a project. So that's one of the biggest mistakes that I see new project managers make, is that they will avoid conflict instead of addressing it early to prevent the big blowout. Mistake 4, skipping documentation. And last but not least, the final mistake that I see new project managers making is that they don't document as much as they should. And documentation is the key in project management. Documentation is so much more than just documenting progress. It's also about documenting your wins so that you always have that track record. So again, it's just important to know how to communicate the wins throughout the project. And if you don't have them documented, it's really hard to track or to be able to speak to some of the accomplishments made by yourself or the team. Document your wins, but also just progress in general. Document. I don't care how small it might seem, document it. There is a totally different video that I can make on documenting risk and documenting in general. So if you're interested in that, let me know below. Let me comment down below if you'll be interested in seeing something like that. But ultimately, documentation is key. I promise you, it will save you a big headache in the end. If you made it to the end of the video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also comment below if you have any video request ideas or any project management topics that you would like for me to talk about. Let me know what you want to see, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.